Welcome back to my YouTube channel Shloka Tech, and in today's video I am going to tell you how to connect your React application to Node.js to get data from backend. So in this tutorial I have built this simple form using Bootstrap, and first what will happen is inside message I can enter a message. Inside name I can enter my name, and inside email I can enter my email. And if I send message, it says thanks then my name for contacting us. We will contact you through your email, which is your email address that I gave here. So now this thing you can also do in React, but I connected it to Mern, like I did it like a Mern stack, and inside this you can see I get this post with API/contact. So I will tell you how to build this. So first what we have to do is you can go to your desktop or anywhere and make a new folder and call it whatever you want. I am going to call it merge stack connection. I am going to open my terminal, cd into desktop, cd into merge stack collection. Then I am going to make a directory named server, and then I am going to cd into server, and inside this I am going to do npm init y. After this I am going to install some dependencies. So first is express. So first I need is express, then I need Morgan, I need codes, I need dot env, and then I don't need more. I think this will be enough, and if I will be needed more, then we will do that at that time only. Okay, that has happened. Now I ls and I get this. Now I am going to go back into the merge stack connection folder and do npx create react app, and I'm going to call it client. You can call it whatever you want. Until the time that's happening, I can open this Mern stack connection folder in my code editor, which is Visual Studio Code. That's happening. Let that till that's happening, I can go to package.json, and inside this, oh yes, I now remembered one more dependency. It was node1. I forgot to install that. No worries, I can install node1. So I can cd into server and give my node1. And inside this scripts, I'm going to add a start script saying node1 server. Oops, what happened? Yes, now that's perfectly fine. And after that, then I can make a server.js, and inside servers.js, wait 1 minute, let me go and start. Nothing will happen right now. Now what I'm going to do is say const express is equal to require express, and then I am going to add some more. One is Morgan, then one is codes, and then one is fs. And inside this I don't want fs, I'm going to destructure reducing, and finally I'm going to do require dot env dot config. Okay, after that I am going to add a comment name app and simply say const app is equal to instance of express. Then I am going to add some middlewares. So one is Morgan. So I am going to say app.use Morgan and I am going to say dev. After that, I app.use calls and no other specification. After that, simply app.use express.json. After that, I am going to say routes middleware. Now, what happens is in a simple application, what you do is simply say app.get slash and you do all the things. But if you have a very bigger application, then you will move your routes to the another folder named routes. But let's say you don't want to again and again import that here. So what you can do is add this read sync and simply say routes. Okay, and then after that do map. While mapping you get one R, and what you are going to do is simply say that map the app.use. Inside this, say all the routes should start with slash API when you are using Node.js as a backend always. So make sure to see that. And then after that, I'm going to say map that app.use, and then you have to require the routes slash plus the R you are getting. Okay, so this will make it work. And finally, the port. I am going to say const port is equal to process dot env dot port. If it is there, then do that. Otherwise, port 8000. Then finally, app dot listen on port, and then do a console dot log and simply use backtick because I am going to embed the port variable and saying server is running on port and then embed the port variable. Here also this has done. We can close that here. Now after that, oh, right now it will give errors. I have to make a folder name routes. Okay, now that's fine. I can create a file inside routes and call it contact.js. And now this is giving error. That's obvious. I have not written any code here. So let me simply do const from here only. Const express is this, and then I am going to say const router. And what is router? Router is the express dot router. And simply now I can say module dot exports is equal to router. Let's say router dot get slash 1 minute. I get a request and the response, and I respond with JSON saying message. This is the home page. Okay, so as soon as I do that, here it is doing it, and this is mapping. So now I can close the server.js. And now if I open my web browser and I go to localhost port 8000, you can say it is saying cannot get slash. Now according to you, this would be saying this is the home page. Now there is a reason for that. If I go to server.js, I am saying that map app.use then slash API slash. So now if I go to slash API, then I am getting this message. So, and this is always a good practice to add slash API before your backend URL. So right now I don't want this here, or let me comment this, let me leave this here and then make the actual route. which is going to router dot post a post method of to slash contact, and I am going to call that method respond to contact form. Now let me first import that. It will give error, don't worry about that. And this thing right now I am going to do is call a control. It are called controllers. So simply you can now say const this is equal to require one folder of controllers, inside that contact. Okay, now if I save it will obviously give error, don't worry about that. Inside client I can make a folder name controller. Inside that I can make a contact.js, and I am going to say exports dot respond to contact form. Inside this I get the request and response as the argument, and what I am going to do is simply right now response with a JSON saying I will give a message that you are successful till here right now. Okay, so now I will be using Postman for these methods. So first let me open my Postman here, and I don't need browser right now. Okay, so Postman it is opening, and there is no errors also right now. Okay, so this has opened Postman, and remember our route is API slash contact. So I can go here inside body. I don't want to send anything. Okay, we can in the header you can add content type application JSON, and if I click on send, I get message you are successful. The message that I want send it here. Now right now I don't want to do this. What I want to do is simply console.log request dot body. Okay, so if I do this and send it here, this will never end, but here I get this empty object. Okay, so but if I let's say send name as an argument and enter my name, click on send, and here you can see I get my name. So now what I want to do is I want to get only the name, email and message from the request.body, so I can destructure them from the request.body. Now I also want to do some validation that if no name or no email or no message, so I am saying if no email, so no name, then response with the status code of 400, and also have a JSON response simply saying error, and that is name is required. Okay, now what you do is copy this, and now I am going to use something called as a else if, and inside this I am going to say simply if no email, and then message is email is required, then again this, and if no message or message dot length is smaller than 20, then I am going to say message must be at least 20 characters long. Okay, and after that finally if all of this has no problem, then I am going to simply respond with the name, email and message. Now what I want here is the name that they are giving, I want to respond with that same name. So what you will do is say name is equal to name, but if both the values are same, then you can simply just say name, and that I am doing with message also and email. And finally I am going to say success is equal to true. Okay, so after that, if I go here and send, I said it says email is required. Okay, so I enter uh, email address. Now message must be at least 20 characters long. So I say message and I enter anything less than 20. Again, it should be 20 characters long. Okay, if I enter I think 20 characters, I am getting all the response back and success is equal to true. Okay, so this was it for the back end. Now we are going to move on the front end. So what we have to do is I can close Postman, it's fine. Now I can open a new terminal tab by clicking this plus cd into the client and do npm start. Okay, so I get this annoying problem. Don't have to worry about that. Most probably you will not get this problem, so I have to fix it. There is this, I have to add this here and then delete the node modules and the yarn.lock. Then I am going to do npm install, and you will not get this problem, so you don't worry about that. Till the time that's happening, what you do is simply delete this full source folder, and inside public also delete everything except the html file. Delete. And inside html, first start with deleting all these comments and unuseful things. So now I can change the title to connecting React to Node.js, and then I'm going to say like monster Shloka. Okay, and then I'm going to remove this comment also, and now it's perfectly fine. See this is also almost done. Now till the time that's happening, one more, I will make a folder name source, then make a index.js, and inside the index.js I'm simply going to say import react from react. Then what you do is simply say import react dom from react dom, and then you do this react dom dot render. But I am not going to do that. What I am going to do is destructure this. I am going to destructure the render from react dom, so I can use something like this. Now I am going to import index.css and then import app from app, and this much is enough for the index.js. Now I am going to make a new file, call it index.css, and then reset css by saying margin 0. Then I am going to make app.js and then add the basic functional boilerplate, and inside this I am going to give it a class name of app and simply saying h1 contact form. After that I am going to start the development server here. So this is starting the development server. It takes a while, so we have to wait for the development server to compile the code also. So let it compile the code. Till the time that's happening, I can, let's say, go to source only, make a new folder name actions. Source I can make a contact form.js, add the basic boilerplate, import use state, and then I'm going to save that for now. Inside actions, I'm going to make a contact.js. Now it has compiled the code and I get contact form. And after that, what I'm going to do is render the contact form component. But before that, what I want to do is fetch that URL. So what the URL is, the URL is React App API URL localhost 8000/API. This is the main URL where all the URL will start. So after that, I can copy this React App API URL inside action, go to contact.js. And what I'm going to do inside contact.js is import something called fetch, and from the isometric fetch. Now isometric fetch, I have to install this module. Don't worry about that. Okay, so now you can simply say const API is equal to process.env.this. Now first let me open the third terminal and let me show you this isomorphic fetch. Sorry, it's isomorphic fetch. And then I am going to copy this npm one, cd into client and do this. And the name is isomorphic fetch. So after that, let's wait for it to install this isomorphic fetch. Well, let's start. So you can see it's like fetch and I can do this. So let me right now close this one here, and what I want to do right now is simply make a function named export const, and which I'm going to call contact. Now I'm not going to do default export because in real life you may have thousands, hundreds of functions and you don't want to default and make all the files again. So inside this, what I'm going to do, export contact, and I get data as the argument. And what I'm going to return here is a fetch function where I'm going to fetch the API/contact, and I'm using backticks. Make sure to take a note of that. And then as a second argument, I have to send for the method. So inside this, I'm going to say method, and the method is post. Then as I told you, I have to send some headers, which we also send it in the postman. And first I'm going to say accept is accept the application/json, and then inside x duplicate that line and change the accept to content type. Okay, so this is content, sorry, this content type and application JSON. After that, inside the body, what you want to send is JSON dot stringify the data which we will be getting. After that, when you get the data, when you get the response, you get the response. And after getting the response, return response dot JSON, and then catch the error. So if there is any error, it will be for us only development. You can console log the error. Simply after you have done this, inside app.js, go here. Now I want to render the contact form component, which is this contact form. Okay, so I am going to do contact form, and inside this I am going to import contact from here. Okay, so I can close this. Now all the things I have to do is here, and let me also import the function contact from action/contact. Now what I am going to do here is first let me remove the written right now. So I'm going to not make a state for name, email and password. That's foolish. Okay. So what I'm going to do is start with simply saying values and set value, and that's a use state. And inside use state, you are going to do simply like message is a empty string. After that you get the name. After that email. These are the empty strings. Then I am going to also say button text, and button text is going to say by default send message. And then I am going to also tell the success to be false. Okay, after the success I also want the error to be false. Now success there because like in the backend I'm sending the response with their details and then success too. After that error also, if there is name empty, email or message empty, that's the error. After that, to access this, I want to use values.message, values.name. Instead of that, to make it easier, I am going to destructure that like we did in the request.body in the backend. So I am going to destructure the message, name, email, button text, success and error. Okay. After that, I am going to do const click submit. Okay, and inside this I get the event. I do event dot event default. After that I am going to make a handle chain. Inside that I get name. After that I get the event, and after that I am going to, let's say, let me do this console.log e dot target dot value. Okay, and after that I am going to make this form. So I'm going to make it inside the function name const contact form. And now if you use these brackets, then you have to use return. But as I'm only returning and nothing else, so I can use these parentheses. And I'm simply going to make a form saying on submit. I want to pass the click submit function, and inside this I am going to make a form group. Then I am going to make a label with the class of lead. Okay, and this is simply going to say message, and to this form I am going to add class name of padding bottom 5, and then here I am going to add a text area. To this text area I am going to pass many arguments. So let's start with on chain. Oh, what? Sorry, I did something wrong. Here it will be. And now you can see on handle change I am first giving the name as an argument also. So that's why if I do on change I am going to do handle change and then say message. This is a very nice way. Then I am going to also give it a type of text, class name of form control. Then the value is the message I have destructured from the values. Okay. After this form group, first let us see this. Or we can't. Let me first embed that here. So when I am returning, I return a React fragments. Inside this, I make a padding top 5 margin right 5. Inside this I call md4 and I say this is contact form. So here it is looking very bad. Now I am not going to use CSS, but I am going to use is bootstrap. So for bootstrap, simply I can get that link. So I have this here only. This link you will also get in your, this was the link. Okay, so I can paste this exact link you will also get in the description. So, and the source code is also available, so don't worry about that enough. Okay, now if I go 1 minute here and then here, I reload and now I'm getting this message. Okay, so now after this, what I'm going to do is, after text area, I am going to duplicate this form group and then do something like this, self closing. This will be an input tag. The label will say name. So name, input type text on change, handle change of the name, then class name, form control, value is name, and this is not a text area, so no rows. Okay, then I can again duplicate the form group here. Then I am going to call this email, input type email, on change, handle change of email, value email. Okay, and after that simply make a div without any classes, add a button with the class name of button primary, and it will show the button text. I go here and it is saying send message. Now first let me remove this annoying line here. For the text area I am going to add, simply say style resize none, and that's gone. Okay, so now what I want to do is first go to the handle change. Right now if I type something, I am getting that in the, sorry, not here. If I type something, I am getting that in the console, which I don't want. So let's go to handle change, and inside this the only thing I am going to do is set values, and I am going to do like this, the structure, the dot values, and then I am going to say name. It is going to be e dot target dot value, and I am using name as an array types because I am getting it as the first argument here. And after that I get the error which is false, success false, and the button text will still remain the text I wanted here, send message. Okay, so if I reload, now I am not doing any console and I can now finally type here. Okay, so now what I want to do is, inside right now if I go to message, I type my, like this is a message, my name and my, sorry, I'm going to my email. Now if I send message, nothing is going to happen, nothing literally. So inside if I do console log, I console log this, and for this let me first fill out these fields from default only, so it's easy in the development. Okay, so if I now go here, reload the page, I click on send message, I am getting undefined. Okay, and right now if I do console.log e, I send message, I am getting this. Let's do e dot target, send message, and I am getting this full form. Now what I right now want to do is, I want to First set the values. Okay, so set values. Let me copy this one only. And inside set values, first dot 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 values, name the values like that only. Then you set the name to a empty string, set the email to a empty string, set message to empty string. I don't want to destruct a name like that. Then I don't want this error. I want the button text which is saying send. Okay. Oh, sorry, I don't want to do this like now. I am going to right now set the values, simply remain everything like that and change this to sending. Okay. That's fine. And after that I am going to use this contact function which I was using. So I see contact, and what I want to contact through this one. So contact through name, email and message. After that dot, then I get the data, and if there is data dot error, then I am going to set the values saying dot values remain as it is, and simply set the error to be data dot error. Okay. Then else I am going to do set values. Now inside else I want to set the values to which I did a mistake before only. Sorry, this will be 3 dots. Now that's fine. Okay, now most probably this will work properly. And let me also see my this. If I get the if I click on send message, cannot read property, error of undefined. Okay, so this error I am getting here. Okay, loading the next error to data dot error. So let's check the action first. Process.env, it didn't even fetch. It did not fetch also. I don't know why did it not fetch. Let me reload. The fetch API is API/contact method is post. This is completely fine. Something is wrong here. Success. Click submit. Event evolve, set values, course, then data. If data dot error, set values to be dot 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 values. Error is the data dot error. Else set values. I think the problem is maybe inside the controller method only. So if I go here, is there any problem here maybe? So request and response, name, email. But this was working perfectly fine when we used Postman. So the problem is the data, that how I am sending it here. Okay, so let me check the problem. And if there is this here, values button accent, success is the data. I click on reload, I click on send. Okay, let me do one more thing here, that make two functions here. Okay, so for what, let me tell you. I'm going to make this function named show success message, and it will say if success is there, success and make a I'm going to make a div with a class of alert info. This is going to say thanks success dot name for contacting us. Then I'm going to add a br tag, then say we will contact you through your email, which is success.email. Okay, and same ways simply duplicate this and call this show error message. So if I'm going to say if error is there, then make a div with the class of alert and alert danger, not info, and inside this I want to display the error I am getting, and I am going to add some custom sliding. Say display is equal to if error is there then this, otherwise none. Let me do something like this. Okay, after that inside here I am going to add that function. If I now go here, send the message cannot take error of undefined. So let's start from the beginning. I get import this values is equal to set values, and the use state message name email button text success error. Then I am destructuring every single thing from them. After that I am going to make a function click submit. I get the event default set values for rest of the values, then the button text to sending, then I contact, inside contact I send the name email and message dot, then I get the data. If data dot error, then set values to the values, then error is equal to data dot error, else set values name empty, email empty, message empty, button text sent, success data, and then inside handle change I get the name, then event set value dot values, name is e dot target dot value, error false, success false, button text send message, then show success message and all. And inside contact form also I have not done anything wrong. I think maybe the problem, some problem may be there. Let me try through Postman here. Okay, so inside JSON, if I send, I am getting everything fine. That means there is no single problem with the backend. The problem here is that I am not maybe connecting the front end properly to the back end. Okay, so for that let's go to the client actions contact. So inside I am importing it from actions slash contact, you get the data. Let me do this only, sorry, here. So I do this only, I go here, I reload, I send message, can read error of undefined. Okay, slash and the URL I am giving is localhost 8000/API. Okay, then method is post headers body to simplified data. Return response.json. Now inside this, if I go, let me think is something. If I am contact form button test, okay. If I this is the working one and this is the not working one. So if I copy this and paste this here, compile the code, reload, I send message, then also problem. So that means that here everything I made was perfectly fine. Then the problem comes in that fetch one only. Okay, so let me see that inside here, actions contact. So if I see this, then contact method post body to simplify data, return response or JSON, everything is fine. Then what is the problem? So the final conclusion is here that the problem lies in the backend, but that also is working fine. Then what may be the problem? It is contact. So if I let's say console for okay, most API slash 1 minute. Watch this. If I reload the page, this is like this. If I send message, then what I am localhost 3000. This is not nice because I cannot post slash contact. And but I am not posting to undefined. Okay, so let me try this out. So I go here, save it, compile, go ahead, reload the page, send message. Still problem. Still the problem is there because I am fetching a wrong URL only. So API slash contact, but I am giving that here API URL. Process dot. This problem should not come. I think I have to restart for changes inside the .env file. So I have found a problem. That's very good. Now the only thing left is why is this fetching here. Okay, so okay, now see, if I send message, I said thanks Shloka. Now what was the problem? The problem was that the change it did not detect only. So the thing we did was perfectly fine. Now watch this. Inside this also I get this one. So if I let's say reload it here, go to controllers, and I also do the console log of the request.body. I send the message. You see, I get all of this here in the backend. So now in this video, you will learn how to connect the backend, the front end to the backend. And I hope this video was also helpful to you. If this video was helpful to you, then make sure to like this video, subscribe our channel. But before leaving, make sure if you are using this for production, then change these values to this empty string except the button text. Okay, so I go here, send message, name is required, Shloka, send message, email is required. Message must be at least 20 characters long. Thanks Shloka. So this is my success.name for contacting. We will contact you through your email, which is success.email, which is demo@gmail.com. Hope this video was helpful to you. Make sure to like this video, subscribe our channel. Thanks for watching.